Japan have beaten Germany 2-1 in the World Cup, a real shocker of a result. Really fun to watch. I'm going to try and tell you how Japan beat Germany. Now, Germany lined up in a 4-2-3-1, Japan lined up in a 4-2-3-1, but they've got very different approaches. Japan is naturally more defensive because they don't have the same sort of players like Germany. They've got Musiala and Gundogan, all these sorts of lovely guys. Now, what Japan did was mostly defend in this sort of 4-4-2, really compact block. This is in the first half. So very compact, quite deep, trying to discourage Germany from playing through them. And they wanted to try and win the ball exactly in the middle of the pitch, around about here, so they could win the ball there and then counter-attack Germany through the middle once it expanded and opened up to make the pitch big. Because what Germany did was have David Raum, the left back, become the winger, making it nice and wide. You've got Kai Havertz to the middle, then you've got Jamal Musiala starting wide but coming inside to basically be another number 10 around here. Thomas Muller, another number 10. You can rotate with Havertz as well, they're interchangeable in this forward area. Then you've got Gnabry, you can play inside to get like a little diamond of number 10s, very similar players, but Gnabry can play on the outside as well, so they have lots of options. Then you've got Gundogan and Kimmich controlling things, Schlotterbeck on the left, centre-back, central centre-back Rudiger and Süle here, and sometimes Süle could get forward as well when they had the opportunity to get forward. And the plan from Germany here is that they could ping the ball around amongst these players, lovely combinations, Gundogan can join in, Kimmich can join in, squeeze the pitch, and then this guy would be loose on the left, so after the combinations, they drag Japan in, flick the ball over the top, Raum gets in on goal. And the penalty that Germany got in the first half came from one of these moves. So Raum was always a spare man, always causing trouble on this side. A bit of combination play over here, the ball's chipped through, I'm not sure if it was Muller, doesn't matter. It gets through to Raum, on he comes, the goalkeeper comes out and then he goes down, it's a penalty. It's a penalty, Gundogan scores it. Well done to you, Gundogan. And that's largely what happened. But Japan's plan almost worked in this first half as well because they were trying to wait for Germany to lose the ball in this central area. So we know they're going to open up like this and get really nice and wide, make the pitch big, which then leaves more space in the back line. And what they had was Gundogan and Kimmich winning the ball here. So they're trying to actually show the ball inside. So a lot of teams trying to show the ball outside so they can force crosses in from wide areas. What Japan were trying to do in the front line was show the ball inside the pitch. So you had maybe Kubo wouldn't try and go on this side of him, he'd go this side of him. So the ball comes into the side, and as soon as it goes into the middle like this, then Kamada would snap onto a player, or Tanaka or Endo, someone would try and snap onto the player midfield to win the ball, win a turnover, counter-attack. That was the game plan. And it almost worked because the ball went in to Gundogan in this situation, straight away Kamada was onto him, turns over the ball from a loose little touch, and then suddenly Japan can attack with those fast players, Ito and Kubo, Maeda, Kamada. And what you get is Ito gets wide, oh, not the arrow, the ball, out wide here, the Maeda's in the middle, you've got a little narrow diamond of Kamada, Kubo, Maeda and Ito, but Maeda is offside and he scores here, doesn't count because you're not allowed to score when you're offside, that's one of the main rules. Now, that's what happened in the first half, but Germany were really, really good, had control of the game, and they kind of just let it slip. They didn't have any aggression, they looked comfortable, and that fed into the second half, because in the second half, Japan made big changes that turned the game. The first thing they did was take off Kubo. He went away, goodbye, he's gone. On came Tomiyasu, who's a centre-back, which of course changes the shape. So I think it's Nagatomo went more to the left over here as a left wing-back. Tomiyasu becomes the left centre-back, Yoshida's the centre, Itakura is here, and Sakai goes out to the right. So then what you've got straight away is this more of a 4-3-3. I think Kamada goes either side, maybe with Ito. Actually, Sakai is different, so he would go somewhere else. Essentially what you've got is something like this, right? It changes after this. But you've got the forward three, which can defend with, or press with a sort of pentagon shape. You see this? Oh, that's not a pentagon, that's a pencil. Here we go. Nope. We got there in the end. This sort of shape. So you can press like this, which means you can surround the two midfielders who are controlling the game. So Endo, Tanaka, Kamada, Maeda, Ito, surrounding these two, trying to stop the ball getting through them. So Germany have to play in a different way, try and get the ball up to these guys, or tighter into these players, who are then marked by extra players. And crucially, it stops Raum having, or being the spare man on the side. That was the big problem they had, was Raum getting over here in the first half. Suddenly he had a player looking after him. So Japan solved all their own problems, all the problems Germany were causing them, and also gave themselves license to get forward with wing backs who could get up the pitch with neater arrows than that. That's a better arrow. Then you can have Maeda, Kamada, Ito all joining in, going forward like this. And there were more substitutes, like Nagatomo came off, Mitoma came on to the left wing back, then Ito went to right wing back, Sakai came off, I think, Asano went through the middle, Maeda came off, Minamino went left, Kamada went off, no, Kamada went into midfield, because Tanaka went off. And then what you get is Doan up here. And that's your shape. That's what you get, a 3-4-3. So that all the bases are covered. Ito, a really attacking right wing back. Mitoma, bit of a winger as well, playing here. And you've got this front three who can cause you trouble with Kamada, who can join in to make it a narrow diamond if they want. So they kept some of the principles from the first half in this change. But the real issue is not just the Japan tactical changes. I would say it's bringing off Ilkay Gundogan. As soon as he went off, Germany lost control of the game. He goes off, replaced by Goretzka, who's more of a box-to-box player rather than a deep-lying playmaker controlling the play. Because what happened with this is when they blocked off this section of the pitch, was Germany started playing it into these guys quicker, and then they weren't able to keep the ball, and they had like man-for-man marking, so they were largely kept quiet. So what happens then is Goretzka comes on and tries to join in, so they get this deeper line. So if you have these players pushed up like this, then suddenly you've got Goretzka joining in, which leaves Kimmich mostly on his own. These guys are forced back because of the movement. And what you had was a bit of a defence, one guy deep, everyone else here, and Germany's attacking options just weren't amazing. They were still combining well, still creating some chances, and Gnabry almost scored about 4 goals at the back post here from a combination. But slowly Germany let their grip slip, they loosened it, they weren't quite as aggressive, or the passing tempo was slow, there's something off with them, and Japan pounced. And what you saw with the goal was Mitoma on the overlap, Minamino attacking, Asano attacking, Doan attacking, and I think Kamada as well. So they get the front 5, more players forward for the goal that they scored than they ever had in the first half. You can see it actually through the magic of pictures. Here's the picture that shows it. Now the first half, narrow diamond, the fullback's not getting forward because they're keeping pinned back by Germany's attack. Suddenly now you've got attacking player, really wide, stretching the Germany defence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players about to attack the Germany defence. Ball comes out wide to the wing back, who's now spare. He can then run, that's Mitoma, who runs through. He can cut inside, and again, the width goes from here to here very quickly. It goes from big to small, nice and narrow. Germany are almost outnumbered. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Germany players, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Japan players. That's a really quick attack for them to do that. This ball's very clever, tucks it inside, he comes round. The ball is crossed into the box, Neuer pushes it out, and then you've got your right-sided forward, Doan, this guy here, popping in to score it. So it looks a bit like this on the board. Maybe you've got Mitoma here. Suddenly all these players in the box, really dangerous. And because they're all trying to score at this back post, it doesn't matter who's there. Ito's more like here. Ball comes across, palmed out, and you've got a player here to score it. So that wouldn't have happened in the first half. The counter-attack couldn't have worked in the same way, different shape. Then the winning goal is a case of, again, Germany just not being quite at it, Japan being very aggressive with their press, winning the ball early, blocking those passes to the midfield, so Germany have to go long and they can't keep it. And then what you get is this, a free kick. It's in the 84th minute. There should be no danger here. Look how deep it is. There's no way they can score from here. Germany have a line of 3 at the back, you see. Still got this back 4 in place. Japan, no danger. But what happens is that this guy here, Süle, steps forward because he sees this guy running. He sees this guy running here, so he takes a step backwards, not in line with his 2 teammates. And that means, as you see here, they're in line, he's gone back, this guy, Asano, has come forward to get in behind the last line, and the ball goes over the top. It's really bad defending from Süle, who then makes Schlotterbeck look bad, because he can't get back in time. And so that was mostly it. Japan's tactical changes completely changed the game at halftime. They came out with more aggression, more energy, more drive. Germany let it slip, but taking Gundogan off was the key for me, and they lost control of the midfield and allowed Japan to be able to attack them the way they wanted to. And then they were locked down, not enough happening in the final third. So, not ideal for Germany, didn't look great. Timely substitutions by the Japan manager, putting Asano on, who's nice and quick when Germany's players are a bit more tired at the end of the game. Quite a clever move, methinks. And if you enjoyed that analysis, do please subscribe to our channel. Lots more videos coming. That's how Japan beat Germany in the World Cup. Enjoy.
If you liked today's video, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like Tifo, we think that you'll also like The Athletic. If you want the best news, features and interviews about the World Cup, the Premier League and European football, as well as loads of other sports, The Athletic is the place for you. And as part of our special deal, you can get it for £1 per month for 6 months. See the link in the description.